Hi there. Today we're going to be talking about whether or not you should buy a home amid this COVID crisis. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Chris Perkins. I am the broker owner of HaliPad Real Estate Inc. I've been selling real estate since 2007, and my wife and I moved to Halifax in 2018 to open HaliPad Real Estate Inc. and our office on Gottingen Street. We'd love to have you stop by when this is all over. Now, before things do return to normal, what does that mean for our local real estate market, and what does it mean for how we do business? From a market perspective, things are far more active than I was expecting. We've written a couple of blogs in the last couple of weeks to look at activity and how things are unfolding. From March 16th to 22nd in the HRM, there were 133 offers written in comparison to 117 in the same week last year. So activity was much higher than I was expecting, to be honest, but I also expect those weren't buyers that just started their house hunting experience. It was buyers that had been house hunting for a longer period of time, and they were at the point of making a decision. So did I anticipate that dropping in the week that followed, which is March 23rd to the 29th? Yes, and they did drop by nearly 50% to 70 sales, or 70 offers written, I should say. So activity has dropped, but there is still quite a lot of activity. I was also expecting to see listings slow down. So March 16th to the 22nd, there were 169 new listings. The 23rd to the 29th, there were 105, which was more hitting the market than I was anticipating. The other thing we're not seeing, which is surprising, is we're not seeing cancelled listings pulling your home off the market at any greater rate than we have in years gone by. That's not the best statistic, because people may simply be leaving their homes on the market and choosing not to have showings. This might go on for 6 weeks to a couple of months more, I don't know. So I don't think that's the best practice. If you're not going to show your home, pull it off the market and wait for things to get back to normal so that your negotiating position is not negatively affected. So what does this mean for buyers and sellers in Halifax? Well, prior to this, the market here was incredibly busy. Everything was going into multiple offers. It was very stressful for buyers and for realtors alike, because you're competing with every house and it's selling for substantially more than list price. This is going to cool things off for sure, and I don't want that to be an opportunity for buyers to try and take advantage of people, because I think that's incredibly bad taste and certainly not the way that I want to do business. For buyers, it's also not the time to book 20 showings and go see half of Halifax. If you have an immediate need for housing, you might find some benefit in this new environment where there is less competition. This is why we advise people to buy a home in winter, because there are simply less buyers looking, so there is not as much pressure to find a home, and when you do find a home, to make that quick decision and to avoid multiple offers. Things are still going into multiple offers, but with less buyers, there is less competition. Don't take advantage of the situation, but you can still find a home in the current environment. For sellers, honestly, I think we owe it to the community as a whole, but for your own safety as well. If you don't have to sell right now, I simply wouldn't. It's just not worth the risk. And beyond that, social aspects aside, you're not going to make the same amount of money that you would before. You're not going to realize your value potential because there's less buyers looking. So if you need to sell, how do you protect yourself? For sellers, we can pre-screen buyers. Simple questions like, have you traveled in the last 14 days? Have they been in contact with anyone who has? Have you exhibited any symptoms, or has anyone in your household exhibited symptoms? These are basic questions we can ask before they come through your home. We can also limit the amount of people who are in your home to 3, which is the agent showing it and the 2 buyers. No more. Doesn't mean you can bring the family at this point. Okay? We can also leave all the lights on, leave all the closet doors open. There should be no reason for a buyer or their realtor to touch anything in your house. The only thing the buyer's realtor should be touching is the front doorknob and the key. That's it, nothing else. We also want to be pre-qualifying buyers. We don't want anybody just coming to see your home. We want people that have viewed the virtual tour, that have viewed all the pictures, that have asked for additional information regarding your power bills, etc. So that when they have been pre-approved by a bank, that when they come to see your home, it's because your home is a very viable option and they may buy it, not because they're kicking tires. For buyers, don't travel in the same vehicle as your realtor. You don't want to do that anyway because most realtors' cars are filthy. Don't touch anything. For your own safety and for the safety of others, be very respectful of the seller's homes that you're going in. I was in a house recently and they had a newborn baby. I have a baby on the way, and that's a very serious situation. So just don't touch anything. And then review all multimedia available prior to viewing a house in person. Attend a FaceTime or Zoom meeting with one of us and we'll give you a virtual tour of the home so you don't have to go and see it in person. You should only be seeing your top 3 choices in person. And I've been doing this for 13 years, and there could be 50 homes on the market, but realistically, there's only a very small number of homes which are going to completely work for you, and we can eliminate all of the things that won't in the meantime. So what if I don't need to buy or sell at the moment? Quite simply, I would not. If for sellers, we can still advise you on a pricing strategy and advice on how to get your home ready. We can do a phone or video conference, and you can give us a tour of your home and we can see all the things that you've spent the last 30 years collecting in there. Happens a lot. When you give us that virtual tour, we can point out things that you might want to be doing: decluttering, depersonalizing, taking the pictures off the wall, or maybe we suggest that you turn that bright pink room into an easier shade of white or something like that, just to turn your home into a show home, because that's how you appeal to as many buyers as possible and then realize the greatest value. When you're buying or selling real estate, it's as much about planning your move as it is about making a move. So we can do all of these things to get you ready so that when things do return to normal, you can come out of the gates ready to go. Buyers, you don't have to be actively looking at a home in person to get ready for a purchase. We can set you up in what's called a collaboration center, and this will allow you to watch the market and see any new listing that does come on the market that fits your criteria. You don't have to go looking for it then, it's just automatic. You get an email notification and you can start saving your favorites or discarding the ones you don't like, and you can even do your own searches. And it's basically the same system that we use, so it's better than anything else you're going to find in the public. You can use this time to go and get pre-approved. If you're lucky enough not to have your job affected and to be working from home, this is a great time to go and get pre-approved. If your job has been affected and you have a pre-approval already, you need to speak with your mortgage specialist to see if that bank will actually even look at you while you're out of work, because a lot of banks are saying, no, we won't do it until you have employment again. This is an uncertain time for all of us, and we need to support each other until we get through this. Our team at HaliPad are always available to discuss your questions, and our advice is free. So please call us, email us, comment on this Facebook thread, and let us know how we can help. Okay? I've also included a link to our blog below so you can read our most recent statistics. And remember, we'll be posting another one next Tuesday once we see how the statistics this week pan out. As I mentioned, real estate is as much about planning your next move as it is about making it. At HaliPad, it's your move, and we'll make sure that no matter what the circumstance, you'll be ready for what comes next. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.